Okay, basses, I know that we use the part of our voices that we use to speak, which actually makes us, more warmed up than tenors often. But let's get in the mood, so to speak. So we're going to start with a little stretch, just to get some, I don't know what you've been doing today actually, whether you've been sedentary or busy, but we should just stretch up. If you're sitting down, get your bottom on the chair and love the chair that it sits on so that you're really grounded, okay? You could do the same obviously if you're standing. And then just a little shake out, stretch higher, stretch higher, stretch higher, stretch higher, arm open, chest closed, chest open. Very good indeed. Feeling that this here, this hand on this chest, pop your hand on your chest for me, everybody, and feel that this is your speaker, you know? Okay, you've got your eyes and your mouth and your soul speaks through all of these, but there's a definite feeling of needing to open this because we are a machine that sings, and if the machine doesn't work, then the machine doesn't sound as good. So always feel that you're nice and open. That's why we worry about posture. Good. Let's then just say hello to each other, although we're muted, using our larynxes just to check the voice works. So in our lowest part of our voice, will you say for me, hello, hello. Good. And in our middle, hello, hello. And at the top, hello, hello. Good. So we now know that our voices work. The two little chords came together. All is well with the world. Our breath flows. We don't need to worry about our voices. That's great. So now let's warm up our breath. So Don, you'll remember that last time we talked about taking the breath into the lower body, you know, into the diaphragm, and the diaphragm controls the outward breath. As we breathe in, we want to fill, if you imagine, a pint glass full of beer. Now, when we fill our pint glass, we don't fill from the top. It goes down to the bottom and then it fills up. But if you're a really canny Welshman or a canny Ontarian, you won't spill any beer. So you won't overbreathe and let all the beer flow out. You'll just breathe till you're full. You'll pour the pint until it's got enough beer in. Certainly, John, as an Australian, you will have learnt that at your father's knee, I'm sure. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to breathe into the body, but not overfill, okay? Chest is open, feet are firmly planted, bottom is sat on chair, or if you're standing, that's fine. Hi, Richard, thanks for joining us. We're going to breathe in, and then we're going to let the breath out. Lovely, Ron, hi, lovely to see you. Josh, hi, lovely to see you. And Heidi again, great. Let's breathe in once more. Use the breath wisely, everybody. Paint with your breath, let it flow. It's what makes your voice work. Fill up your pint glass. And great, easy. No shoving, no pushing, just letting the breath flow. Now let's make the breath bounce. We're going to do together. And you'll be amazed, basses, at how much breath you have. You won't need to refill because we're only using a tiny bit of breath. So remember, my body is a temple. That's what you need to say to yourselves. You breathe in and did you have loads of breath? It's amazing, isn't it? Because we don't use... No, Richard, you're saying no, you didn't. Okay, your pint glass couldn't have been full enough, or you were drinking it too quickly. What can I tell you? So let's do that now, I'm joking. Let's do that once more and just use the very lightest of breath. That's all we need. So bodies are open, breath in, very light, and Very good. So it's just a lightness of touch, okay? That's what we need. Now, finally for breath, we can actually create our own piece, our breath aria, by doing louder breaths or stronger breaths and softer breaths. So we can use our diminuendo and our crescendo in our voices from our breath control, okay? That's partly what controls the loud or the soft singing. So this is why the motor of the breath is so important, and why singing teachers and choral conductors spend lots of time thinking about it. Because if the motor doesn't work, then the car doesn't run properly, okay? So the motor is the breath. We need to switch on the engine. So I'll show you how I might make an aria. I don't know if you can hear that. You should hear a louder shush and a softer shush. It's all to do with breath pressure. So finally for breath, everybody, let's make up our own aria. You can do loud, soft, whatever you want, and enjoy that, okay? Always the lightness of touch, never pushing, never jamming. Fill up your pint glass. And pressure there, and you should feel a little bounce in the diaphragmatic area with a bit of luck. That's always good news. Yeah, good. Okay, let's do our diddly diddly dees, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Now the idea of this basis is simply to get our mouths working. Okay, so will you say for me diddly diddly dee, 1 and 2 and diddly diddly dee, 1 and 2 and diddly diddly dee. Right, now we need to prep the breath and prep the brain. Okay, so in other words, we need to get ready. So we're going to take a breath in. I'm ready whenever you are. 3, 4. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Yeah, it doesn't have to be any harder. Life doesn't have to be harder than that. It is never diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. That's just too much effort. But you do have to be prepped. It's like anything in life. It's like painting and decorating. If you don't do the prep, the job is not as good. That's what my husband tells me when I do a very bad job, that I didn't prep well enough. Okay, so it's all about prepping. So we prep the breath, we prep the brain, we prep the mouth. The diddlies are easy. Okay, so here we go. Let's prep the breath. The body's ready, brain's switched on. 3, 4. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Yeah, it's that easy, Patrick. Well done. So now we're going to sing it. So let's go down. We'll need to go down, I think, Ben, to a bottom B flat. So if we start in B flat. Yeah. So we've got 1, 2, breath, prep. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. How's that with tempo? Is that okay for you, or is that a bit quick? It's a bit fast. Yeah, Alan and Frank think it's okay. Richard's on it. I'm going to take it down a bit because I'm not sure my tongue can cope. We'll do wherever we finished, but it's a bit slower. D major. 1, 2. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee, diddly diddly dee. Great, we're going to finish there. Well done, everybody. Good. Our last thing then to get our voices singing in a legato fashion is our With Joy My Soul Sings. Now I think, basses, your top note is an E, which for some of us will be challenging. Some of us might love a top E. If you're a bottom bass, don't do any harm to yourselves, will you? And you don't have to belt that top E out. It's right over the passaggio, you know, where the voice sometimes feels like it's not very happy. Lighten it off, basses. Don't belt it and don't hurt it. But we will take you up there today. If it's too high, opt out. That's absolutely fine. But I am expecting a decent D, even if we don't manage the E. So let's start then, Ben, in B flat major. Do you remember this basis? With joy my soul sings. And we were going to chew, Josh, our joy. Do you remember chewing your joy? So here we go. 1, 2. With joy my soul sings. With joy my soul sings. Great basses. Now we need all the beauty of your colour, okay? As basses, you have the most amazing warmth in your voices, and we need that. So when we do our joy, can you allow the resonances to go back, up and over? It's a bit like a lion's roar. I'll show you what I mean. With joy my soul sings. So we take it back. We open everything as if we're drinking something wonderful in the room and allowing that wonderful bell that you've got in here to open. Do you want to try it for me? Yes, please. 1, 2. With joy my soul sings. With joy Well done, excellent. We've worked the voice a little bit. Now let's get to our music. Thank you very much indeed. So we're going to move then, basses, to the work that we're going to cover today. So we're going to look at, the score is page 9 of the bigger version, or bar 80 actually, at bar 80. We are going to look at Songs of Joy and Sanctuary and over that page. Shall we start just by looking at the rhythm? Okay, so we're going to speak it. Ben is going to play our bass notes underneath us. There is one alteration to the score, and it's the only one for you basses. If we look in bar 85 over the page on page 10, you will see a bottom B flat up to a top B flat. Can you take the top B flat out? So stay on the bottom B flat and come off so that there's a quaver rest. Okay. The reason for that is to sing a forte octave jump to a top B flat may be a little bit uncomfortable and possibly not the most beautiful noise we've ever heard. So I've made the decision to not risk it for a biscuit. We're going to stay on that bottom B flat. Okay, good. Can we speak it? Songs of Joy. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Songs of Joy and Sanctuary. Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Should we sing it, basses? And I'm going to sing it in my octave, sorry, because I can't sing bass. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Songs of Joy and Sanctuary. Ooh. How's that? Can you make that ooh a really beautiful, rather than just ooh, ooh, ooh. Really enjoy the rhythm of that, okay? And I was telling the tenors earlier and the sopranos and altos yesterday, Heidi will remember that when we have a long note, we need to subdivide it for our breath. So it's not just a question of a dotted minim that stays there, ooh. We've got to think, if you like, of 3 crotchets of ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay? Otherwise the breath dies and sometimes the voice goes flat. So it's ooh. Enjoy that the singing of that ooh. Let it live. Songs of joy, and here's a bar in. We are taking the dot of sanctuary. Yeah, do you mean the staccato, Kev? Yeah. There will be a staccato, but at the tempo that it is on the learning track, honestly, just come off it. Because it's something like songs of joy and sanctuary, ooh, yeah. So yes, there's a staccato there, definitely break it, but I think you'll find in the tempo that we're doing, it doesn't even feel like a staccato, it just feels like coming off it. But good question, thanks very much, Kev. Good, okay, so let's just have another little go at that basis, but we'll find our B flat, please, from the bar before. So the bar before, Ben, and songs of joy and sanctuary, ooh, yeah, lovely, really good. I will say that I'm not going to worry too much about dynamic markings at this point. What I would recommend is you just sing it in, okay? Get the muscles knowing it. And we can worry about dynamics when we know the music. We can pull it back to piano then. But for now, let's just get it in the muscles so that we know it. Okay, well done, basses. Let's go on then to the bottom of page 11. So we've got our nice triplet here on an A flat, and it goes something like this. 3, 4. Voices combine. And enjoy that triplet. Voices combine. Can you say it for me? 3, 4. Voices combine. Yeah, lovely. And we just sing an A flat. So here it comes. Here's your A flat. 3, 4. Voices combine. Great. And now we'll go on, I think. And let's sing it really slowly. Okay? So we've got from letter G and a good C major chord. 1, 2, 2.
Sorry.
To feel. Okay. 1, 2. To feel seen and heard, and so recognized, valued and validated, and each of us prized. For he is a place of sanctuary, where stolen voices are given wings, and sound is set free, and a caged bird sings. Forget me not, forget me not, above us, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. Really good. Let's go back and break that up a little bit, shall we? Well done, everybody. Okay, let's speak, please, from the bottom of page 11. Just getting our heads around this rhythm. Bottom of page 11. So we've got 1, 2, to feel seen and heard, and so recognized, valued and validated, and each of us prized. And we're going to put the D on the crotchet rest, okay, putting the D there. Let's look at what David wants as far as accents are concerned to tell us the text. So we've got to feel seen and heard, and so recognised, valued and validated, and each of us prized. So we've got an accent on prized. Notice, will you, that we've got valued and validated. What we don't want, bases, is this. Valued. We want valued. So it's forward and back, yeah? We don't want to put the accent on the two syllables. We want them on the syllables that make our audience understand our words. So from that E natural, Ben, on the valued. Valued. Can you do that for me? 1, 2, 3. Valued. Yeah. So not valued, but valued. 1, 2, and valued. Exactly. And let's do that with all our accents. Let's sing beautifully. Question is, what does sub mean? It means subito mezzo piano. So a sudden change to mezzo piano. Yeah. But again, I won't worry about that yet. Let's get it in the muscles. Okay. Can we have some diction as well, bases? To feel seen and heard and so recognised. There's a lot of D's to get in there. Should we really spit our D's when we speak it? After 2, bottom of page 11. 1, 2, to feel seen and heard and so recognised, valued and validated, and each of us prized. Yeah, well done. On that prized, we've got 6 beats on prized. Let's make sure we've got an A vowel. The A vowel, yeah, because we're only going to use, we mentioned this last time, 5 vowels, okay? A, E, I, O, U. Those are our 5 pure Italian vowels that we always sing on. Prized, it's a diphthong. A diphthong is 2 vowels put together. Many of you will be well aware of what a diphthong is. We're going to use an A predominantly with a little flick of an E at the end. Have a listen. Prized. Yeah? If I do it the wrong way round, prized, I sound like a folk singer. That's not good. We need it to be a really good noise. By the way, nothing wrong with folk singing. I am a little bit of a fan of folk music. I didn't mean that. I just thought, oh, that's a bad thing to say. But what I meant was, you will hear that song of prized, and we want prized. Yeah? Good. Okay, let's sing it with some D's, with some values and validated, and with a beautiful A on prized. Are we rolling our R on prized? No, we are not. Good question, because it's just a stylistic thing. Do you know what I mean? But if I was to sing prized, suddenly it takes it into a different place. And I think as long as it's really clear that the word is prized, we'll be okay. So as a general rule, no rolled R's, if that's okay with you. Yeah? Okay, so we'll go please from to feel seen. Thanks, Ben. And 1, 2, to feel seen and heard and so recognised, valued and validated, and each of us prized. For here is a place of sanctuary where stolen voices are given wings and sound is set free and our caged bird sings. Great. Let's just cover that much, shall we? Because it's not always what we expect. May we just speak it in rhythm, please? Slightly under tempo, with Ben playing it nice and loudly so we can hear it. For here, okay? After 3 basses. Oh, sorry, Ben. This is from bar 110. Yeah? So sorry, 104. Is that okay? Thanks, Ben. 1, 2, 3. For here is a place of sanctuary where stolen voices are given wings and sound is set free and our caged bird sings. Forget me not, forget me not, a powerful force, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. Really good, well done. So let's look at a couple of nuances, if we may. For here is a place. Can you watch that the C of place comes late? For here is a place of. A place of. Don't put your C in earlier. Okay, otherwise we'll have place of, which will be horrible. So mark that in. And then an accent on sanctu. And here we are using the word as written in the score, sanctuary. Where stolen voices are. Voices are. Leave the S late again, okay, on voices. Voices are given wings. Let's put the ngs, the S and the NG on the tied quaver. Wings. Good. Little time for a breath. And sound. Can I have 2 Ds there, please? And sound is set free. And our caged bird. Caged bird. We're going to have to work really hard at that to get that diction over. Caged bird sings, forget me not, forget me not. Notice, will you please, basses, that the first one is forget me not, and the second one is forget me nots, with an exclamation mark after the forget me nots. Let's note that punctuation and honour the librettist in that. So it's forget me not, forget me not, a powerful force. Again, always imagine, would you, that know this actually, that your audience are very unlikely to have ever heard these words before. So our job is to imagine that they know nothing. And our job is to inform them. A powerful what? Could be a Hoover, could be a car. No, it's not. It's a force. So we need to own these words when we sing them. A powerful force, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. Really important, those words, basses. Love, hope, unity. We're not going to get a chance to get the whole story over to our audience. So we need to make some decisions as a team. Let's make a decision that we'll go with love, with hope, and with unity. We're not so worried about the ands, okay? We'll know that anyway. Okay, let's check some notes out then. We're going to go from Ben, bar 104, for here is a place. Okay, shall we sing this then, basses? So after 3, 1, 2, 3. For here is a place of sanctuary, where stolen voices are given wings, and sound is set free, and our caged bird sings. Great. Let's stop there. We don't expect that E flat on sings, I think. Yeah, can we just listen from the beginning of 113, sound is set free. Have a listen. Yep, it's just in the cracks a little bit, isn't it, that one? Shall we sing it to na-na, basses? So no words, just a na-na to make sure we've got the right notes. From the F natural on the word sound to na. Are you ready? And na 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 na. Exactly, it's the F natural to the E flat. Feels miles away, doesn't it? Once more to na na. And na 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 na. With the word sound is 1, 2, 3. Sound is set free and our caged bird sings. Settle on that E flat. Good. Let's go from For Here Is a Place back to, please, bar 104, last beat, bottom of page 12. Okay? Little bit quicker. So, 1, 2, 3. For here is a place of sanctuary, where stolen voices are given wings, and sound is set free, and occasion bird sings. Forget me not, forget me not, a powerful force, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. Good, well done. Let's do the easy bit first. Forget me not, forget me nots. Nice, this feels like a lovely tune. Shall we do it, please? Forget, this is bar 116, last beat. Okay, 116, last beat, top of page 14. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Forget me not, forget me not, a powerful force, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. Very good. The hardest line then, basses, is going from a powerful force, A sharp, to a melting pot, A natural. Shall we just try that slowly? From a powerful, from the B flat, okay? And 2, 3. A powerful force, a melting pot. Should we do that once more, just getting that in the cracks? 2, 3. A powerful force, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. And that's straightforward, isn't it? So it's just that one bar that feels a little bit odd. Okay, let's go back to basses at the beginning of our work today and put all of that together, if we may. So we're going back then to bar 95, voices combine. Okay, bar 95, voices combine to feel seen and heard. Okay? Right, here's our A flat. We'll worry about finding it in a second. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Voices combine to feel seen and heard, and so recognised, valued and validated, and each of us prized. For here's a place of sanctuary, where stolen voices are given wings, and sound is set free, and occasion bird sings. Forget me not, forget me not, a powerful force, a melting pot of love and hope and unity. Well done, basses. How is that? Coming on? Yeah, great. Okay, let's go on then. Well done, everybody. Let's go on to page 16 and some dadas. So, bottom of page 16, letter J, bar 143 are dadas. Now, again, not too difficult here, apart from where we put our Ds. And when I was doing the tenors earlier, I made quite a few errors, so I'm tempted not even to do it. But then, hey, I might as well have a go and make some mistakes, eh? So let's put it together, everybody. Just speaking the rhythm, okay? It's a slower tempo. We're in 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 da. Da 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 dee da da. Ooh. Da 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 dee da 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 da. Da 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 dee da da. Da 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 dee da 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 da. da 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 dee da 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 dee da. Yeah, how was that? Were you perfect? Yeah, of course you were. Should we do it again? It's just muscle memory, that's all. Don't worry about it. Have a good time. If you put a D in the wrong place, you're in great company because I do it all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da. Yeah. Can we look at everybody? 151. Bar 151, bottom of page 17. Da 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 dee da 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 da. That's a funky rhythm. That's syncopation. Da 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 da. And sometimes, you know, with this rhythm, it's much easier not to look, don't you find? You know, once it's in, it's fine. Looking at it is a bit of a brain fry, but hearing it is da 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 da. It's fine. It's when you're trying to subdivide quavers and crotchets, it becomes a bit of a nightmare. Da 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 da. Da 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 dee da 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 da. Sort of okay, isn't it? So if you do just want to look at me and hope I get it right, it's absolutely fine. I'll give it to you. All right. Okay, very good. I got the ladies last night and the tenors earlier to do an action on their Ds. Yeah, I know. Something like this. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da da. Now the reason I suggested it was because muscle memory then knows that the D is something different. Basses, over many years of working with choirs, I have found that the basses are always good for a laugh and often happen to go with the flow. So if you fancy putting an action in, go ahead, okay? So we're going to speak it, we're nearly ready to sing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da. Yeah. Oh, well done. You got the last D in. I got one wrong, actually. Yeah. Good. Last time, a bit quicker for a laugh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da. Oh, fair play, everybody. Right, let's sing it, but we'll sing it a little bit slower than that. That was really great. So back to our slowish tempo, Ben. I want to practice one little arpeggio figure, which I think's quite tricky. So we're just going to do, if we may, the first 2 bars at J, 1, 4, 3, very slowly. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Now, it's easy, slow. I missed a D, but never mind. It's easy, slow, but it's really hard, quick. So let's get those in the muscles slowly, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 dee, da, 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 da. Little bit quicker. The note that's going to go skipping and awry if we're not careful is the D in the middle of that arpeggio. Do you agree, Al? Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. Think of the D as high. Ba, ba, ba. All right? Otherwise it'll go ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Look after your D. and things might be all right. Let's go from the da. Okay, ha 1, 2, which da? That's what one of the women said last night. Which da? It was a ridiculous thing to say, go from the da. How could I have said that? Go from the da at J. Okay? 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Yeah, you're right, Mike. It's that last D. You've got the action in. Very, very good. So let us look, please, at the top of page 17, bar 147, on that da. So we've got a slightly different pattern for our arpeggio figure. It's always the D that we need to look after. Here we go, and here's our G. Da 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 dee da 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 da. Can we do that again? Da 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 dee da 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 dee da da, and again. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da da, and again. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da da. Nice, coming, isn't it? Yeah, good. So let's go down to the bottom system now. This is bar 151. Okay, and these are harder. We've got again some little semitone risers here. So we'll go from the G in bar 151, which goes da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Yeah, so we go a little bit lower in the second pattern, don't we? I'm going to shut up and let Ben play that for us. From bar 151, here's the G's. Yeah, and on that last bar, the C to the D, just play those for me. There's a big gap. It really feels far away there, doesn't it? Let's try those again to da-da. From the G's then at 151 basis. Well done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Yeah, once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Exactly. Make sure you go down to that C. Good. Going on to the next page in bar 155. It goes with me. Da 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 dee da. And again. Da 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 dee da. Great. Let's put it all together, basses. Okay, from letter J with 2 bars in, slightly under tempo. Thanks, Ben. Once more, we'll make errors, it's fine, please don't worry. Although you look at me now and you're saying, I got it perfectly, Kate, what are you talking about? Well done for getting it perfectly, but for me, let's go over it once more, because I might have put a D in the wrong place. 2 bars, bum, 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 bum. Sorry, Jen. we go. Yes, did you get your last D in the right place? Well done. Okay, this next bit is really easy. I'm going to suggest you look up, and I'm going to suggest you trust me, because it's going to go like this, Gal, okay? 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi. Should we all speak that together? Well done, Patrick, on your oi. That was really brilliant. Okay, here we go. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi. Yes, and we'll have to have a movement for oi. John, how was that? All right, should we do it again? Here we go. 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi. Now, I promise you, bases, I promise you that it is easier in this section not to look. It really is. You can speak with me. Speak with me. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Will you do it with me now? And 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi. And again. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi. Yeah, brilliant. So Ben is now going to play this for us, and we're going to do the clapping. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 oi. Oh, that was brilliant, Ron. Let's do it once more. 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 oi 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 oi. Yes. You see what a laugh that was. Okay, great, we're doing really well. That's all I wanted to cover today. So what I suggest we do now is we go back to the very beginning. We've got 10 minutes to recap a little bit of what we did last time. The good news, bases, is it's all going to plan. I love a plan, and the plan is working. We're going to nail this actually, because we'll have covered all the rep within week 4, which is absolutely brilliant. By the way, I did hear on the grapevine, that is Facebook, that some people were slightly concerned that we might have to be seen in the film, doing choreography. I want to assure you that if that is not your comfort zone and you would loathe that, I will give you prior warning to when we will record the Zoom, so you can put your camera off. But I would encourage you, bases. It won't be difficult choreography because I can't manage it. It will just be a little bit of this. So, but don't worry about it is what I wanted to say. Never worry about anything really. Good, okay, let's go from the very beginning. We're going to find an R at the opening. We've got a little bit of an R aria. And then we get into our daddle-dadas. That's straightforward, isn't it? We nailed that last time. and then Joy of Song with Love in Our Heart. Should we have a little go through, all under tempo? So we're going to find our D that we come in on from Stephen Critchlow, our violinist, absolutely wonderful violinist with Welsh National Opera. He is originally, I think, now, have I got this right? I think he's originally from Hawaii and then moved to the States and then over to the UK, and he's been with us for some time, and he's an absolutely fantastic violinist. You will meet him, by the way, in one of our sessions. Here we go. So we're going to find our D from this, and 1. To bar 48, okay, bar 48, and songs of joy and sanctuary, stolen voices given wings, songs of joy and sanctuary, love and hope and love and hope and unity. Great, really good, and that's the bit that we haven't done today. Can I just say, bottom basses and top basses, will you decide who you are? You very rarely divisi, as you can see. It will just be sometimes on the 5th. So just sing whichever note you wish. For instance, on page 8, in bar 61, those of you who fancy going down to the D on T, please do. And those who want to stay on the, I'll go to the A natural, that's absolutely fine. Should we do that once more, just to recap? Let's have a look at our aria first of all. Our aria at letter A. Okay, so here's Stephen and he goes 1. Oh, sorry, I didn't sing. I'm trying to sing bass and I did that really badly. Can we do that again just for me? And 1. Enjoy the feeling of singing a legato line in bar 15. Will you play bar 15 into 16 for us, Ben? Brilliant. Let's really enjoy that, can we? But come off your quaver on the F. Make sure you don't go over that. And then the next phrase, again, really feel legato for me. Good. Just when we come in, please, on our D. This is at letter A, everybody. And off. Legato. Going long. Shall we just sing this slightly under tempo? We've got 3 minutes left, basses. Let's use every 3 minutes in our lives. This is the bottom of page 3, slightly under tempo to get our D's and our diddles in the right place. So this is bar number 20, Ben.
Yeah, go ahead.
That da. So 1, 2, 1. Da 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 da. Di da 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 da. Di da 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 da. Di da 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 da. Di da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da. Dee da da da. Great, we've got 2 minutes. Let's go from the beginning to there, our tempo. Okay? So from the very beginning, an upbeat into letter A. And 1. Off. Lean. Legato. Accent. And off. Here we go. Well done. Well done. Excellent. Let's go back to finish with page. Page 16, letter J, da 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 das. Okay, our da 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 das, we've got 1 minute. We should get through to the end of it. So it's bar 143, Ben,
Yeah.
at letter J.
Sure, go ahead.
2 bars in, okay? No?
Yeah, got it.
All good? Here we go. And da da. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. It's 8:30 in the UK. Our time is done. Basses, thank you. You're absolutely glorious. It's been a lovely session. Hope to see you same time, same place next week, and have a wonderful week with your dadas and your diddles. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.